All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It's Dr. Ephraim back at you again with another presentation. This presentation was inspired by my earlier one when I gave the lesson on the transatlantic slave trade and my personal DNA that I traced back to um, what's widely known as Palestine, but that name was changed. It was not always called Palestine. That land and that region was called Judea. Okay, that was the land of the Jews, the quote unquote the original Hebrew Israelites. That's where they dwell. That was their land or whatever. Now, just so I'm clear, this video isn't about getting to the big debate and the fight between the Israelis and the Palestinians of today, because that's been going on for a long time. I'm not dealing with that at all. I'm just giving context and giving historical context to that region. Okay, way before those two groups of people inhabited that region, the original inhabitants of that region were the original Hebrew Israelites from the northern kingdom, which was Ephraim, and of course the southern kingdom, which was Judah, Benjamin, and some of I think it was Judah, Benjamin, and some of Levi that represented the southern kingdom. So this lesson is to give context to that, okay? Because there was a lot of changing going on. There's a lot of when I say the term Middle East is a European construct. That's exactly what it is. What I mean by that is that name was changed. That name was added, right? There's no such thing called a Middle East because think about it. If there were, well, where's the Middle West or the Middle North or the Middle South, right? So y'all get the point. So the name was changed because they wanted to take away the connotation of the people that inhabited that region away from it, right? They were black people that inhabited that land way before the current occupiers occupy it today. So, you can't say, well, Israel is in Africa, which is what it really is. I mean, people try to buck against it, debate it, deny it, whatever, you know, but the harsh reality and the harsh fact is we know that Israel, and this is why a lot of our people can't fathom them being Israelites. So that's where we came from. Because my DNA doesn't lie. I know for a fact my DNA goes back to the Middle East, quote unquote, which said Palestine, right? But the reason why a lot of our people can't fathom that is because when they say the term Middle East, it conjures up certain images in your mind: olive skin, silky haired, long beard dudes. You know what I'm saying? It conjures up a certain look. But when you say Middle East, the last thing you think about is black people or dark skinned people with coarse hair. You just don't. It just doesn't conjure that kind of um, vision. And so, half of that mission accomplished. So they wanted to take away that connotation from that region. But the reality is, and we know that Israel sits on the African tectonic place, which means it is a part of Africa. No matter how much they try to deny it, how much they try to say, oh no, this and that, whatever the case may be, you can go there and see for yourself that the area known as Israel sits on the African tectonic plates, which means that country is a part of Africa. Period. Point blank, man. The European constructs like just like that man-made Suez Canal. I'm sorry, and the term Middle East. All those are terms made up by European men, for their own whatever, and getting into all that. But I just want to give historical context to the area called Palestine. And I say this in the video. The really ironic part about the war pretty much has been going on between the Israelis and the Palestinians, which are mostly Arab Muslims that occupy Palestine. The real ironic twist to that whole battle is that they're both of those groups of people are fighting for land that does not originally belong to either one of them. I mean, that's just the truth. Again, no disrespect to anyone. I'm not trying to get it. I'm not trying to, talk about get into the fight or whatever. I'm just giving historical context. So let's get it, man. That area that's called Palestine, even on the map as Palestine, it was not called that. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how the person that changed the name was even authorized to change it to Palestine. But he changed it to Palestine really as a disrespect to the original Hebrew Israelites. I'm going to get into that. All right. But yeah, Palestine, as we know, it was called Judea before the name was changed to Palestine. Let's get it. The area that everyone knows as Palestine. Now, real quick, just so you know, whoever's listening to this video is not meant to. It's not pro-Palestine. It's not against Palestine. You know, it's not pro-Israel. It's not against Israel. Matter of fact, I don't even address Israel in the lesson. I don't believe, but I wanted to give some ancient history on what that land region was called. It was not always called Palestine. Like, you'd be surprised how many people don't know that. I've even heard some people say Jesus was from Palestine. No, Jesus was not. You know what I'm saying? So this lesson is definitely, I think it's needed. I hope you all enjoy. Like I said, it's not pro against anyone. You know, I'm a humanist. So, you know, I'm for all humans being treated, you know, as humans. I don't care what race, religion, ethnicity, or, you know, whatever you're from, Jew, Gentile. I believe all humans should be treated as humans. You know, I'm going to say that. But, yeah, just check out this lesson, man. It's, you know, I've been seeing a lot of little stuff out there, whatever like that. And I want to kind of address it real quick and give y'all a little ancient history on the land region called Palestine. Let's get it. But I wanted to give some context to Palestine and that region. I think it's all pretty much a known thing, you know, as far as the current occupants of Israel today. But I think, like I said, in light of what's going on over there, I wanted to kind of reach back out to some of my new members and supporters, and so I thought that this would be a great time to do that. So later on, you know, I will be having my first Shabbat service. That service should be sometime later on this afternoon, so I'll be looking for that. And I definitely look forward to that. So until then, you know, you guys enjoy this this video about the true history of Palestine, or I'm going to rename it Palestine from a historical perspective. All right, so until later on, you guys have a great Shabbat, and it's Dr. Ephraim signing off. Okay, hello everyone, and shalom, brothers, sisters, and sojourners of Israel. This is Dr. Ephraim. Today's date is September 16th, 2020. All right, hope everyone is well, and you know, your families are blessed, and you're all in great health and spirits. Okay, now this lesson on today, it's called the true history of Palestine. All right, now, given the age-old conflict, if you will, between the Israelis and the Palestinians of today, I have to preface this lesson by saying that I in no way endorse any particular group. I'm not addressing the conflict that's been going on for so many years over there with the present day occupants of Israel, referring to themselves as Israelis, and the current occupants of Palestine referring to themselves as Palestinians. Okay, the purpose of this lesson is to give you true history and true context on what that region is, how the history came about, how the name Palestine even came about. Okay, because when you understand that, you know, when you, and that's why I say it's very important to always teach context, because context brings further understanding. Okay, a lot of people has been speaking on this conflict, you know, for, I don't know, years, and many people just do not really realize what's at stake or what's going on, or, you know, what Palestine is, who the Palestinians are, etc., etc. So hopefully with this lesson I'll shed some light on that. All right, now let's get right into it. Okay, all right, now the Palestine region, or parts of it, has been controlled by many different peoples. Okay, that includes the Philistines, the Moabites, the Egyptians, Assyrians, Paleo-Canaanites, the Amorites, the Ottoman Turks. You know, the list goes on. Okay? Now, you may or may not know that land by another name. Okay? Because back in ancient times, Palestine was known as Canaan, Zion, southern Syria, Israel, the Holy Land, and the southern Levant. Now let that marinate for a second. How did we get from those terms to Palestine, which is biblically inaccurate as well as geographically inaccurate? Okay? So let's dive into the history of it. The term Palestine. Where did that term come from? Where did it originate? All right, before 135 AD, the Romans used the terms Judea and Galilee to refer to the land of Israel. But when Titus destroyed Jerusalem in 70 AD, the Roman government struck a coin with the phrase Judea capta, meaning Judea has been captured. The term Palestine was never used in the early Roman designations. Okay? It was not until the Romans crushed the second Jewish revolt against Rome in 135 AD under Bar Kokhba that Emperor Hadrian applied the term Palestine to the land of Israel. Hadrian, like many dictators since and before him, realized the propaganda power of terms and symbols. He replaced the shrines of the Jewish temples and the sepulchre of Christ in Jerusalem with temples to pagan deities. He solely and exclusively changed the name of Jerusalem to Aelia Capitolina and changed the name of Israel and Judea to Palestine. Okay? That's how we got here. Now, Hadrian's selection of Palestine was purposeful. It wasn't accidental. He took the name of the ancient enemies of Israel, the Philistines, Latinized it to Palestine, and applied it to the land of Israel. His hopes was that he would erase the name Israel from all memory. Thus, the term Palestine, as applied to the land of Israel, was invented by the inveterate enemy of the Bible and the Jewish people, Emperor Hadrian. All right. It's interesting to note that the original Philistines were not Middle Eastern at all. They were European, no surprise there, from the Adriatic Sea, next to Greece. It may have pleased Hadrian to utilize his Hellenistic term for the Jewish land. In any case, the original Palestinians had nothing to do whatsoever with any so-called Arabs. Now, the latter statement is not one of minimalization or disregard, but it's simply the truth. Okay? In 629 AD, Palestine was invaded by Arabs from the Hijaz. By 635 AD, Palestine, Jordan, and southern Syria, with the exception of Jerusalem and Caesarea, were in Muslim hands. Jerusalem capitulated in 637. And over the years, occupancy were by several different groups, and there was a Muslim reconquest of the land in 1187. Then the beginning of the Ottoman period in 1516, and here we are. The use of the term Palestine is biblically inaccurate, and you will not find that name anywhere near Torah, simply because that name was given to what it rightfully should be called, and it's Judea, the land of the Jews, or the original Hebrew Israelites, and it was changed by someone who had no authority to do so, simply hatred for the people of Israel. Okay? So I want you all to take what I'm saying. You can take it at face value, and that's great. I'm not going to ever tell you any lies. But understand this, and you can do further, in-depth research if you so desire, or you can use my highlights, the lessons I'm giving. And again, it's not to endorse or
berate or disrespect anyone, not taking any sides. I'm just giving you the truth. Okay? The occupants of Palestine today, they're the descendants of invaders. Simply put. Okay? They weren't invited to that land. Okay, no one sent them invitations and say, "Hey, come move over here, live in the Holy Land of the Israelites." No. All right. But by the same token, the occupants that occupy Israel today, and I think it's pretty standard knowledge that they are Europeans. Okay, they did not originate in that. Originate in the land of Israel. Okay, once Israel was recognized as a state back in I believe it was 48, then all the European Jews who practiced Judaism started moving into the land and claiming it as their own. All right, and that's another topic in itself. But that's not their land either. They both groups of people, the Israelis and the Palestinians of today. The ironic part is they're both fighting over lands that doesn't belong to either one of them, which in itself is I don't know. I don't even know what word to call that. But again, I don't want to go on a tangent and veer off, but I wanted to give you context to Palestine to understand what that land is and what it isn't. That land it should be called Judea, and it's ancient Judea, and that land belongs to the original Hebrew Israelites that God promised that land to, being the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I'll leave you with this, with both groups, both occupants of that land and region today are not from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? So with that said, I've decided to start giving, just kind of shorter lessons. I think those days of me giving 2 and 3 hour lessons is over. To the best of my ability, I'm going to give you the highlights of what you need to know. And again, you could always do further research, to go dig a little deeper. But I want to give you some history and some context on what Palestine truly is and what it isn't, and why the name was changed from Judea to Palestine, and how significant that is today with respect to the occupants of that land and region. Okay? All right. So with that being said, that will conclude this lesson. I hope you all got something from it, and I'll continue to do what I promised since I've came back, and just bring you just knowledge and wisdom and lessons, and let you all be the judge. Okay? I'm not here to judge anyone or or anything along those lines. Just bring you the truth and let that stand.
So until next time, this is Dr. Ephraim signing off, saying Shalom, elect.